Imagine getting up every day full of energy as if you were in your 20s again. What would that be like? What would it be worth to you? What is your health worth to you? Think about it. Your health isn't everything, but without it, everything else is nothing. And yet, too many of us are taking it for granted until something goes wrong. And no one wakes up hoping to be diagnosed with a disease or chronic illness. And yet, we've never been taught how to be proactive in our health through our school or public health. As a registered health coach and integrative health practitioner, I believe it's time this information is made available to everyone. Combining new knowledge around your health and the ability to do my functional medicine lab tests in the comfort of your own home will allow you to optimize your health for today and all your tomorrows. Don't wait for your wake-up call.
Welcome back to another episode of the Don't Wait for Your Wake Up Call podcast. I am Melissa Deely, and today I have Mo Cooper with me. Welcome to the show for this Podapalooza blind date episode.
Hello, Melissa. This is so exciting. I am not prepared at all. So I'm excited to be here.
All good. Podcast is just a conversation with you sharing your expertise, and I am excited to introduce you to the audience. Coach Mo is a healthy lifestyle and weight loss coach helping professional women restore their natural rhythms so health feels steady, not stressful. She teaches simple, sustainable habits around nutrition, movement, stress, and sleep that build energy, confidence, and self-trust. Her message is clear. When you honor your rhythms, your body responds, and your best health is closer than you think. And I love that, Mo, and it's completely in alignment with everything that I teach and everything that my audience is here to learn. And I always love to ask people, what brought you to this place of offering this work to others?
Oh, it's a long, in the course of the day, I've shortened it down a lot.
Yeah.
So in 2020, I got divorced, and I don't know, a little something happened in the world in 2020 where we were all on lockdown. And, you know, as close as I am with my ex-husband, living in the same house was a bit of a strain. So my daughter and I moved to Florida because we had a condo there. And this is the first time I've ever been on my own since I was 28 years old. I never thought I could leave my marriage because I had no skills, but I had become a personal trainer. I had run a successful boot camp for 2.5 years. I had started to do things that actually proved that I could do things on my own. To be fair, I don't want to do things on my own, but I can. And that's what's really important. So we moved to Florida and we got into our little rhythm, our little flow there. And she was doing online schooling. So in the mornings were mine. She slept in. So I would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And one morning I walk out into the kitchen and everything's laid out for me. New clean towels, my oatmeal is ready to go, the coffee's all set up and ready to go. And I got really emotional because that's something you would do for a loved one. That's just something you would surprise someone you love with to start their day off right. I mean, the person that did it was me. And it was in that moment I realized that I am worthy of this. I am a most precious loved one.
Absolutely.
I am worthy of these acts of love. And it kind of, while I was building up to this point by exercising and doing all the things and getting my nutrition on point and becoming a nutrition coach and all that stuff, but it was that how I saw myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time in my life that I realized, no, what matters most is the relationship with me and how I treat myself and how I see myself. And that really shifted everything. So that was exciting. And I wrote a poem about it and I cannot read it without crying.
Which just goes to show what a profound moment that was in your life, right? That there's that beautiful positive emotion attached to that moment in time where you had that realization that I am worthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And from there, everything else shifts because you can do everything that you want to do and that you are worthy of stepping forward in your life and chasing your dreams. Why not?
Yes.
Right?
And the crazy thing is, and I just thought of this now, is this has always been in me because this picture I keep on my desk and every morning I say to this little girl, All right, here we are. We got a whole day ahead of us. What are we going to do with it? This is me at 18 months old. I broke out of our country cabin, out of my crib, out of the room, out of the country cabin to get to my sand pile while everyone else was sleeping. And they woke up in the morning and everyone's freaking out. I mean, it's on the edge of the woods in Newfoundland, Canada. You say bears, wolves, and other things. And they just go around the back of the cabin. There I am sitting on the corner of boom, diggity, and awesomeness. And I'm
Yeah.
just, yeah, I got up. I had a plan. I had things to do while
Yes.
you people were sleeping. And
Yes.
so that reminds me of who I am at the very core of me. And I think it's a really, I did that with positive intelligence. It was an exercise and it was so profound. My brother just grabbed the camera. He still talks to me. He goes, I don't know why, but I just grabbed the camera and took a picture of you sitting there in the sand pile. And we have this inside of ourselves. We
Yeah.
have these innate abilities that gets squashed
Yes.
and plastered over with labels and ideas and false concepts of ourselves. And so when we start to peel back those layers and get back to who we really are and really shine from that gift that we have inside of ourselves, I get tingly when I think about it because it's exciting because I'm like, oh, I am brave. I can do things, and it's amazing. It's not that I don't have to prove anything, but to know that you have that inside of you is wonderful. And I'm not special. I know everybody has gifts and talents inside themselves just waiting to come out.
Well, you are special. You're just not more special than anybody else's specialness, right?
Oh, I like that twist.
Yes.
Yes, that's
Yes.
exactly right. That
And
is correct, Melissa.
I love what you said there about your awesomeness as that 18-month-old, right? And
Yeah.
we talk about this in our trainings too, that when we're learning to walk, we stand up and we fall down and, we get back up and do it again. We don't get all in our heads about it. Oh, well, that didn't work. So I guess I'm not going to be able to walk, and we stop attempting
Yeah.
to walk, right? We just
Yeah.
keep going because we don't have any of the limiting beliefs and yet they
Yeah.
have been given to us by society, and
Yeah.
we keep moving forward. And that's what that little 18-month-old did. Well, like, I want to be in my sandbox outside. That's my happy place, and I'm going to figure out how to get there,
Yes.
as
Yes.
opposed to stopping ourselves because of all of these, beliefs that are put on us by society. So
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
love that you have that picture on your desk and you honor her every day. And,
Yeah.
that's your motivation, is that little person inside of you is still there, 100%,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
keeps you going every single day.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. It's because it's so important to remember those things before
Yes.
life got a hold of us, before
Yes.
all the trauma happened,
Yes.
whatever your version of trauma is. There's something that's, and it gets stuck in our bodies and it dictates how we live our life.
Yes.
So when we start to look at these things, it's amazing. It's funny because my daughter's totally opposite of me. And so this is her little origin story. This is her at 18 months. I don't know if you can see that.
I
18
can
months
see
old.
it.
No,
And
she's
now,
not 15 months old. She's an artist.
for the
And this,
listeners that are just listening and not
yes,
watching, this is now a picture of your daughter at 15 months, looking like she's sitting underneath a chair, maybe
she's
drawing on a
under
piece
the
of paper on the floor,
she's under the kitchen table.
under the table. Okay.
Drawing. She's 15 months old. She's got the handle on the crayon, and she's just so focused. And you know what she does
Yes.
now? She goes in her room. She paints. She's an artist, and like this is her. She likes
Yes.
to be enclosed. She likes to focus, and this it's so part of who she is. And so I have this as a reminder too to be who we are and to lean in. And
Yes.
I remind her of this little person. And
Yes.
when she doubts herself, like, no, baby, you were born
Yes.
this way.
Yes.
You were
With this,
meant for this.
yes. And with that incredible focus and ability
Yeah.
to just block out the world and do what it is that you're focusing on.
Yes. Now, if I could just get her to clean her room, it'd be great.
Different
Not.
focus required for that.
Yeah, exactly. But then we learn to let things go.
Yes. Yes. So
And that's
let's
fun.
talk about how you now help others in their journey, and how you bring them back to that, inner child inside themselves that knows they can, and just share, how you, take clients through their process.
It's actually really boring. I say if you're looking for something sparkly and dynamic, I'm not the girl for you, but it's effective. And that is what people really want. I've chased the shiny, a lot with a lot of different coaches. And, uh, and, 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 And now I can discern. And when people come to me, the first thing we do is look at how you spend your time. And so we do a time audit. And it's like, wah, wah, like that's boring. Like, no, I want to know how you want to spend your time. And after like, and then first of all, there's resistance. And if there's resistance and you're not ready, that's cool. Come back to me when you are, because it's a
Right.
huge part. It's a
Yes.
massive part of the unfolding, the shifting. And so, but what's awesome is after 3, sometimes 4 days of them notice really being in the moment and seeing how they spend their time. I do, some people do an hour, I do 30 minutes, but whatever they're comfortable with, whatever they can do. It's always like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how much time I spent, on social
Rolling.
media,
Yeah.
driving, like all these things. And so then from there, like, so that's kind of like the starting point, is that
Mhm.
revelation.
Yes.
And it's a huge part because you see the light go on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, let's do this. Because I try not to look so outwardly maniacal, but it's so fun because they're starting to open up, and it's brave.
Hmm.
You
Yes.
have to have courage to really start looking at things. And then it goes kind of like the next thing is like, well, how are you spending your energy? What's occupying your thoughts? What's coming up for you when you see this? Like, do you feel like a loser, that you're lazy? What are the feelings coming up? And why is that? And it's not, I mean, and it's a slow unfolding, but I have a client who lost 19 pounds in the first 2.5 months before we even started talking about nutrition and exercise. She was doing little things, cutting out, unnecessary tortilla chips and things like that. But really, it was getting her nervous system
Yes.
calm
Yep.
and it was awareness,
Yes.
being aware of how she was spending her time. So it's a building, so it starts out with creating calm and peace in your life. So really recognizing, so that's the next thing. It's like when I first started meditating, I had a therapist who recommended I meditate. And so 2 weeks later, I go back and I was like, this meditation thing is not working. I'm freaking more stressed than I've ever been. And he goes, no, 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 that's okay. You're just noticing it now. I'm like, oh my God. And then I realized I've been this way the whole time. So this is what's amazing about this process, is that people realize like how stressed they are all the time.
Exactly. They look
Like,
around and
like
see everyone else who's stressed out and they normalize it. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like this isn't normal, and it's like, and then you look at like the Italian families, like in the movies, and they're
Yeah.
all like yelling at each other. It's like,
Yeah.
but that's their way. That's their rhythm,
Right.
and it's not a bad thing. But it's what it happens is you start realizing how you're spending your energy every day, and then you start to like. So we actively calm ourselves when you're getting stressed. Where do you feel it? Where is it showing up? And then breathing exercises, and
Mhm.
and so I like the 4-4-8. That's a good
Mhm.
one for me. You breathe in
Yep.
for 4, hold for 4, and out, in through
Yep.
the mouth, hold for 4, out through the nose for
Yep.
8 count. And you can do that. It's like 3 or 4 times. It's like a minute. And it's amazing. It just brings that cortisol down. What causes weight to stay on?
Cortisol.
Cortisol. So it's all connected. And then we start
Yes.
getting into the physiology of how it's affecting. And it's all wound in there and everything. But it's a conversation. And Orly, who I was in the last interview with, she's a mentor. She goes, no, you're not. You're a mentor. You're not a coach. And I was like, oh, I like that. Because I do have, it's a very emotional process that they're going through. And I'm just there to say, like, you say it's a mess. I say this is magic. Like, yes. And so they're like, okay, if you
It's
say
all
so.
perspective, right? They're in the
It,
mess. They can't see what's on the other side. You know what's on the other side, which is why
yeah.
you say it's magic and it's just all the perspective. Yeah.
And that's why I get so excited. And
Yeah.
then, but it's kind of like, okay, if you're excited, then maybe there's something to this. Because life is so serious. And that's the other thing. We take ourselves so seriously.
Yes, I know. We do.
I mean, everything going
We
on in
beat
the world.
ourselves up because we're not meeting our own ridiculous, criteria
Yeah.
or levels that we think we should be at. And,
Yes.
beat ourselves up. And, that's when we start telling ourselves we're not good enough. And I always ask
Mm,
people, if you talked to other people the way you talk to yourself, would you have any friends?
yes. Yes.
Of course,
And that
the answer.
it comes back to that relationship. Now, some days I am like, girl, get your butt out of bed, on a Saturday morning when it's all cozy and
Yeah,
everything. Girl, you got things to do. Get up. So it's not always all sweetness. There is a time and a place for a little gentle butt kicking.
yeah,
And so, but it's understanding that and being like, I would say this to a loved one, honey, you wanted to do this, get out.
yeah. Go do it. Go do
Yeah,
it.
go do it.
Yeah.
And so and that's so it's learning, but it's coming back to building that relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
What would you say to a loved one? What would
Mhm.
you what would you respond to?
Yes,
And so, but
exactly.
beating yourself up is never an option.
Never an option.
That
No.
that's when the ego weaves its way in,
Yeah,
and that's will keep you stuck. It feels like you're doing
exactly.
something, like chronic worriers. Feels like you're doing something.
Except you're not. Nothing that leads you forward anyway. It just
Yeah, no, you're on the hamster
yes,
wheel.
exactly.
Just
Well, I
in
love
that.
this conversation, Mo, and this is just a quick little episode, an introduction to Mo and all that you offer. And first of all, I would love to ask you a question I ask everybody that comes on my show. What does "don't wait for your wake up call" mean to you?
Oh, well, I often say don't wait to be sick to get healthy.
There you
So,
go.
yeah, so that is, yeah, don't wait for and when I read that in the bios, I'm like, I want to be on that one. So this is so serendipitous. This is great because
Perfect.
yes, we're waiting, but learn from others. See what other people go through. Understand that you have control over your life and that doesn't have to be you and that you have autonomy in your choices every single day.
Beautiful. I love that. And if somebody wants to reach out to you, work with you, how do they get hold of you?
My website is momindbodysoul.com. And I'm actually under construction right now, but it will take you to my 5-minute morning reset, which starts your day just 5 minutes in a calm, positive way. So you're less likely to yell at people in traffic, but there are no guarantees. So yeah, momindbodysoul.com would be
Perfect.
great.
I will have that in the show notes as well as the link to your morning reset once you have that up and running.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for coming on the show, sharing your wisdom, your humor. This has been a lot of fun. And to the audience, thank you for being here each and every week, invested in your health, your physical health, your mental health, emotional health, your spiritual health. And if any part of this episode resonated with you, reach out to Mo, or if you know someone else that needs to hear it, please share it with them. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Are you ready to uplevel the power of your own mind? Because if you are, you will want to join us at the Amplify Your Mind Masterclass. It is a 2-day program where transformation meets action. You will discover how your unconscious mind shapes your thoughts, your actions, and your success. And you'll learn the 3 principles and how thoughts and mind and consciousness are impacting your entire life. We take you through 2 different hypnotic inductions for an incredibly relaxing experience, one on each day. And past students have said they learned more in these 2 days than they did in a 6-month life coaching course. So if you want to uplevel your mind and do it with extreme efficiency, join us. No fluff, no guesswork, just real results. I will put the link in the show notes, and I'm gifting to my audience a massive promo code for our April class on April 15th and 16th. Using the code GIFT47, you will receive this class for literally that price, $47, for 2 days of personal growth, empowerment, and transformation. See you there.